Hi, my name is Dr. Shivani Bhandari and I am the author of Oral Pathology Mind Map book and an associate professor. So today we are going to study Candidiasis from this Medi Study Go Mind Map within 5 to 10 minutes. So this is Medi Study Go Mind Map book which you can get from Amazon, Flipkart, Dental Cart and from our own website. And you can also use my code Dr. Shivani to get 20% off on all bundles. So let's study this chapter from this beautiful mind map. Candidiasis is a very important NEET question, NEET marker as well as university point of view. It's a 10 marker for the colleges. So Candidiasis is caused by yeast-like fungus known as Candida albicans. Although other species are also there such as tropicalis, paracellosis, stellatodia, cruzi and many other. Candida albicans exist in three forms, namely pseudohyphae, yeast and cladospore form. And it reproduces by asexual budding and forms pseudohyphae. So let's see a diagrammatic representation that how a Canadian albicans hyphae comes in different three ways. So a Canadian albicans or the Canadian cells could be an yeast-like cells, like they are the round oval. They could be a hyphae kind of cells and they can be pseudohyphae. So these are pseudohyphae. These are the hyphae cells. So they are the same candidal cells, only different protein profiles you can see. Also you will see a chameleon over here. So Candida is also called as a chameleon in layman terms because it changes its size and shape. So these are the three. Why these three shapes are there? So these yeast-like cells, because they are round cells, they help in the movement from one place to another. So they can easily move from one place to another. And if you see the hyphae one, then they are better at invading the tissues. So these are the three types in which you can find the cells of the Candida. Let's study about the types and classification. So types in classification, we have primary candidiasis, which is divided into acute and chronic. In acute, we have pseudomembranous candidiasis and acute erythematous candidiasis. The pseudomembranous candidiasis is white curd-like plaque and scrapable, and the erythematous candidiasis is red, painful, mucosa and non-scrapable. We can see the diagrammatic representation over here for both of them. So this is an pseudomembranous candidiasis. You will see the lesion that it is white plaque and it is scrapable. And here you will see it is red, painful and non-scrapable. The second is the chronic. In the chronic, you will see that there are again of two types, chronic erythematous and chronic hyperplastic candidiasis. Chronic erythematous is basically you will see in the patient who wears the denture. And chronic hyperplastic candidiasis, again a non-scrapable white plaque. It could be a nodular or a flat. So you will appreciate over here that on the palate, the patient who wears denture, you will see the lesion. So denture wearing patient have chronic erythematous candidiasis, whereas the hyperplastic candidiasis is a non-scrapable candidiasis. And you will appreciate that here it is a little nodular or a flat plaque. So here you can appreciate that this is a nodule kind of a plaque. So this is the hyperplastic candidiasis. So primary candidiasis is of two types, acute and chronic, and then again acute is of two types and chronic is of two types. Candida associated lesions are angular cheilitis, denture related stomatitis and median rhomboid glossitis. So angular cheilitis, you will appreciate them in the fissure and the erythema at the corner of the mouth. The denture related, of course, it is because of the patient who wears denture. Then median rhomboitis glossitis, you will find a erythematous rhomboid lesion on the dorsum of the trunk. Because it is a rhomboid in shape, this lesion is a rhomboid in shape, that's why it is known as a median rhomboid glossitis. This you can appreciate. It will be present on the dorsum of the dorsal surface of the tongue. Now, secondary candidiasis. Secondary candidiasis is associated with systemic condition like HIV or AIDS, or it includes severe chronic mucocutaneous candidiasis. So we have divided that candidiasis is of primary, secondary and Candida associated lesions. So primary again divided into two, acute and chronic. Acute is divided into two, chronic is divided into two, whereas secondary is divided into two subcategories. And the Candida associated lesions are of three types. So we have covered this classification. We have covered what is a Candida, what are the different type of Candidas, and what is the most common Candida, and of course the shape and sizes of the candidial cells. Let's talk about the treatment, which is very important. So we prefer topical antifungals if the case is not at a severe position. So we can give nystatin and clotrimexols. If a systemic antifungal or any case which is extensive, then you go for fluconazole or itraconazole. And other measures which you can take, safety measure, that is disinfection or replacement of denture if it is related to the denture associated thing, like we have seen denture related stomatitis, then replacement of denture, maintain good oral hygiene. And of course, if there is any underlying disease, like we have studied HIV, AIDS or chemotherapy, then there is a treatment, then treat the underlying systemic condition. So these are the various treatment which is for the candidiasis. So again, pseudomembranous candidiasis, clinical manifestation. Pseudomembranous candidiasis is a 4-marker question. The whole candidiasis can come as a 10 mark. Also in the university exam, the teachers can ask you that explain the pseudomembranous candidiasis and its clinical manifestation. So we have studied that pseudomembranous candidiasis is a subtype of a primary candidiasis, in which primary candidiasis again divided into acute and chronic. So it comes under the acute. Primary, then acute. Acute is the pseudomembranous candidiasis. So let's see its clinical manifestation. If it's a scrapable lesion, removable white plaque patches with inflamed base. Angular cheilitis, as I have said, that cracks on the corner of the mouth. Denture stomatitis, inflammation under denture, red and painful. Non-scrapable lesion, red lesions like angular cheilitis. So these are the 4 main characteristic clinical manifestation of pseudomembranous candidiasis, very beautifully presented in Medi Study Go mind maps. As you can see that while teaching, I'm writing also. So download our Medi Study Go app, and there you will find an annotation feature where you can write your own notes while studying. Let's start with we have studied the pseudomembranous candidiasis. So let's start with Candida species. Candida species, the first is the Candidial albicans. As I have said that Candidian albicans is the most common cause of Candidiasis infection. Candida tropicalis often associated with severe systemic infections. Candida glabrata is increasing resistance to antifungal treatments. And Candida parasilosis, it is an hospital acquired candidiasis. So here again, we have a beautiful mind map for this, that what is a pseudomembranous candidiasis and Candida species and candidiasis. So we have covered the whole Candida clinical manifestation, types, classification and definition. Now the most important topic is the histopathology. Let's study the histopathology of Candidian albicans. In candidiasis, you will see parakeratosis and acanthosis. And in pseudomembranous candidiasis, necrotic debris and desquamated epithelial cells. And in chronic, you will find hyperplasia and potential epithelial dysplasia. So firstly, in the epithelium, let's see over here, what does it exactly means? So we have read that we will see parakeratosis. What does a parakeratosis means? Parakeratosis means that nuclei are present. You will see that in these blue dots are present. So that means what parakeratosis means. Parakeratosis basically occurs whenever there is an inflammation in the body. So this is a feature. Then thickening of the stratum spinosum, you will see that there is a thickening of the stratum spinosum cells. You will see here the candidial hyphae. Appreciate over here the candidial hyphae. In this, you will find the chronic inflammatory cells. You will appreciate over here lymphocytes and plasma cells. Lymphocytes are blue dots. These are the lymphocytes. So chronic inflammatory cells you will find. So here we have to read it. Like a chronic inflammatory infiltrate is seen in the lamina propria, composed of plasma cells and lymphocytes. Most severe cases, neutrophils infiltrate the epithelium and may form micro abscesses, which is not very common. Vascular changes, congestion of capillaries and dilated vessels may be present in the connective tissue. So we have seen in the connective tissue that there are chronic inflammatory cells, lymphocytes and plasma cells. Blood vessels is also appreciated. These are the blood vessels, but they are not congested as what we have read above. In some of the cases, the capillaries may be congested. So these are the blood vessels. So we studied about the histopathology, that candidiasis, the epithelium of the candidiasis have parakeratosis, stratum spinosum is thickened, connective tissue you will find lymphocytes, plasma cells. In very severe cases you will also find neutrophils, and sometimes in the connective tissue the blood capillaries will be congested. Now the fungal element. So the fungal element, presence of yeast cells, pseudohyphae and sometimes true hyphae. So fungal elements we have seen. Fungal hyphae typically penetrates the superficial layer of the epithelium and can enter perpendicularly through the stratum corneum into the underlying epithelial layers. So here we can appreciate the candidial hyphae, that they are present in the upper layer and they are invading into the epithelium. So you can appreciate these all are the hyphaes, candidial hyphaes. One more important thing is the special stain. So let's study the special stain also. That is the PAS stain, periodic acid Schiff. It stains the fungal cells magenta. So if someone asks you that what is the special stain for Candidia albicans, for the candidiasis, then you have to tell that it's a PAS stain, periodic acid Schiff stain. So also you will see that the PAS stain will color the hyphae in a magenta color. So you will see that the color of the hyphaes are magenta in color. And why they are magenta in color? Because the fungal wall is made up of carbohydrates, so it takes up the magenta color. So also there is a mnemonic for PAS stain. One, the PAS stain of course is it's a periodic acid Schiff, of course. Also the PAS stain is the mnemonic is paint all sugar. That means it paint all the sugar walls, because the fungus wall is made up of carbohydrates, so it paints the whole fungi also, and gives a magenta color. So this is a mnemonic which is also famous, that what is a PAS stain. PAS stain, of course, periodic acid Schiff stain. And why it gives a magenta color? Because the wall of the yeast is made up of carbohydrates and it takes up the magenta color. So PAS is all paint all sugar. This is a mnemonic you can learn for the exam point of view. Now we have reached to the end of the video, and please like, share and subscribe. Before ending this video, let's study one flashcard for this. What is pseudomembranous candidiasis? It's an acute form of candidiasis characterized by white curd-like plaque that are scrapable. One MCQ also. Which of the following is the most characteristic feature of pseudomembranous oral candidiasis? White plaque that cannot be scraped off and show dysplasia. White curd plaque that can be scraped off. Pigmented patch on the tongue associated with smoking. Or vascular lesion that ruptures to form ulcer. So the correct answer is white curd-like plaque that can be scraped off, leaving erythematous surface. As we have studied all the clinical features and clinical manifestations of pseudomembranous candidiasis. So pseudomembranous candidiasis, also known as thrush, very important. Also again one viva question, that what is a thrush? It's a pseudomembranous candidiasis. So it presents as a white curd, can be scraped off, leave behind a raw erythematous surface. Common in immunocompromised patient, infants, antibiotic therapy, and diabetes. So you have seen that we studied one flashcard and one MCQ. If you want to study more flashcards and MCQ, so download our app Medi Study Go from App Store and Play Store and use my code Dr. Shivani to get 500 coins more, and you can see the entire app and go through it and exercise more of MCQs and flashcards. So we will meet again in the next video. So till then, like, share and subscribe and study hard. Thank you so much.